Senator from Greenville, Senator Elliott. What purpose do you rise, sir?
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask permission to give introductory remarks.
You're recognized for introductory remarks. Senator from Greenville.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, Mr. President, please excuse me if I inadvertently call you Mr. Speaker. It's no sign of disrespect. After 8 years of being in the other chamber, it might take a little longer than a day for the debriefing to take effect. Yeah. And while this is my first day, I can report back to my former colleagues across the hall that y'all are a lot smarter and nicer than I've been led to believe. So thank you for that. First of all, I'd like to give thanks to my Lord and Savior for his grace, mercy, and love, which without any of that, I could not be here. Much more fortunate than I deserve. I want to thank my family members. I think 14 of them are here, some down here and some up there, and my campaign manager. You know, without my family's unconditional love, I couldn't serve today. I'm honored also to have the trust of the voters of South Carolina Senate District 6 and thank them for placing that trust in me. My son's here today. He took his first law school exam, contracts, yesterday just down the street. 31 years ago, I took that same first contracts exam. Now, the Senator Aiken, whom I've known longer than any other senator in here, probably can empathize with me. I immediately left that exam, went back to where I lived, pulled out the student handbook because at that time it wasn't on the internet because I was confident I'd failed and I was looking for a way how I could come back from academic probation. Luckily, I made much better than the F I had imagined I made, but I'm certain it's not going to be near as good a grade as my son's going to make when he finds out in a month or so. As I weighed the importance of seniority in this body, at first, after I was elected in November, well, after the primary, I started thinking about it in November, maybe I should change my last name to Aaron. But E, in this instance, got me to 3 of the 13, and that's pretty good to start out at 36 or 46. It isn't too bad. It's really nothing I can take credit for. It's really my parents, especially my mom. She had the foresight over 54 years ago to prepare for this day, and that's pretty amazing. For my 10 other colleagues who are going to follow me, I'm sorry that your moms weren't quite as insightful. One of the biggest differences, and important to me, that I've noticed so far between the House and the Senate is with the esteem with which this body holds Clemson University. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, the Senator from Cherokee, new Senator from Calhoun, and I thank you very much. Over the last 8 years, I've had the privilege of serving the residents of Greenville County in the South Carolina House. One thing I've learned is that a lot of people who reach out to me for help, they're not sure if I'm responsible for helping pick up their trash or send them their Social Security checks. I get that. They have lives that don't revolve around the details of federalism. They're working to take care of themselves, their children, their grandchildren, and most of them just working to get by. Another thing I've learned is that very few people outside of this magnificent and spectacular building know or care about the differences between the House and the Senate. They either see government working for them or they don't see it working for them. I try to remember that as I work to improve the lives of our fellow South Carolinians. The relationships that my 3 former House colleagues and I have with our returning House members should only serve to strengthen the collaboration between these two bodies. Also, I have to say that the most tireless worker and friend of South Carolina is South Carolina's biggest advocate, and I enjoy his friendship, Governor McMaster. With 13 new senators, which is 28% of this body, this place will be different than it was just earlier this year. I'm confident that all 13 new members will strive to honor the traditions of this institution that have served it and South Carolina so well. I'm also confident that the 32 returning members will offer grace, understanding, and guidance as the new members, self-included, eagerly try to make a difference. I've heard multiple times over the past several weeks, and I'm sure you have too, some variation of this. With a 34-member supermajority, there's no excuse not to fill in your favorite legislative initiative done. I describe it as an opportunity to get things done for South Carolina, for us to use this short time, to improve the lives of our citizens and the economic prosperity of our state. And if we don't, the voters who spoke loudly and clearly just a couple of weeks ago will make their voices heard in 4 short years. I've had the privilege of working for the past 8 years with the senators on my Greenville County delegation and with others of you in this body. I look forward to working with all of you and getting to know you all as we have the shared goal of making South Carolina a better place. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Greenville. Thank you.